Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to GP2, the Belgian Grand Prix here at Spa. It is going to be quite a beautiful race. These drivers have a dry conditioned race this evening. These guys seem to always have a dry race. It's a little weird being back as I was out of it on Sunday because the race was postponed due to live issues, but never mind that. We are here with GP2. Right now, you're looking at the top 10 contenders for pole position in Q3. I am joined by the legend himself, Harrison. How are you doing this evening?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Hanging in there. As all the sports are being canceled, but here we are this evening. And Phantom's quick in the chat already. It says says that he hates El Rouge.
Thing about a Rouge, if you ride on the pad or the wheel, is if you're going up it, do not make harsh movements with the wheel or the pad, otherwise you will end up in the wall, like a few drivers have done already in qualifying.
Yeah, I will say I actually have a setup in tune just for that hill that allows me to get up without leaning off the throttle, and yeah, it's pretty slow everywhere else in the lap, but it gets me up El Rouge so I can survive. That's the main part. So who do you think this evening is going to get pole position? We are seeing fast times so far in Q1 and 2 from Soap and Lucky, and Aruzia, you can't count him out. He's right there as well. So I'll toss it over to you.
Well, it's either going to be Lucky, either the Hasses, or I've got Devler in mind as well. He was pretty fast, and got pole, I think it was the last race or the race before that.
And I will drop a nice little thing. I did not put the tables up this evening, so these guys will have to live without that. But I will say that the championship rivalry between SF1 Tom and Lucky 13 is down to 2 points, with Lucky leading currently. So, that being said, Tom didn't do himself a favor again this evening, ladies and gentlemen, and now he's stuck and crashed the car in Q1. So he's going to be starting around P18, P17, I believe. 18 drivers made it this
last
evening.
on the grid.
Yeah, so he's going to have quite a lot to work for in the race, but it is a long race. I believe it's around 22 laps here, and it's a long track. It's, I think, the longest track on the calendar, so he'll have a lot of time to make up
5.6 miles, if I'm correct.
Yeah, I actually, when I first started watching Formula One back in around 2013, this was my ultimate favorite track, just because of the sheer size of it. And when I first played, it was 2013, the game. I absolutely love this track. Nowadays, it's changed a bit. Can't say I'm the best at it, but I still do enjoy this track. But it's one of those, man, if you're on a hot lap and you make one mistake, your entire lap is gone.
Yeah, I do love this track as well. I remember it quite well from Classic League last season.
Ah, what car did we run in that? I can't remember.
Uh, it was 2007 Ferrari.
Oh, okay. I think that was one of the only races I did not make. But here we are.
No,
Speedy
you
is
were
gonna.
there.
Uh, I don't
You
even
were there
remember
because you got a podium.
this.
I
I
remember
thought that
very
was
clearly you got
Brazil.
a podium.
Oh yeah, because I was
No.
dead last in most of the races. That was back when I decided to turn everything off and try to learn no assist, no corner line, no nothing, and didn't work out so well. But Speedy says on 145.7, does a little jiggle. Hunica, our reserve driver this evening for the Alfa Romeo, sets a 146.2. Devla goes right to the top with a 144.7. So the top times are coming in.
Just to correct what I said about the track length, point 7 out, it's 4.35 miles long.
Point. Phantom
This
in the
track.
chat. Yeah, I don't like the track. It's more or less a drive to survive. I think it's going to be like that for a lot of people this evening on the grid. Hopefully, most survive. But here, the lucky
Nice
sets.
time, Lucky.
Yeah, just noticed that. 44.2 goes ahead of Devla at 44.7. 2 racing points looking to key in that P2 in the championship. Next week is our final week of this season, so we will be at the United States Grand Prix. Probably not the safest place to be right now, but we'll move on. And hopefully it's not as bumpy as the actual GP was in the last race in the season.
Oh, tank slap off a soap.
That was terrible. He jumped down with Soap. See how he's getting on. I believe that his
Out of
teammate
the exit that corner, he was
sets a
sideways out there.
44.1 to top the time charts. Let's see how his teammate's getting on. Fuel light is blinking, so if he does complete this lap, he's gonna have a long way to go until he can get himself back in. He is gonna complete. Looks like it's gonna be a 44.8, puts him P6 respectively. Senna is the last one to set a competitive lap time, or a banker, if you will, and he is right now in P10. So we're going to give him a little bit of TV time. The man, the legend, who actually pulled the victory in yesterday, or not yesterday, geez, what am I thinking?
Last week.
Last week at the French Grand Prix, and made a strategy call that just kind of blew both of us out of the water. I didn't think that he was going to.
It did.
If we were like, wait a minute, Senna's up in the lead, he can actually pull it off. Oh, Lucky
Oh,
has answered. 44 flat goes to Lucky, putting him ahead of Aruzia at 44.1. The times are going to drop. Are we going to see a 43? You yourself, Harrison, were saying that that's around your times of
um,
43.
well, NT time trial it is here, but because this track is high speed and a lot of corners, this track will rubber in. It's kind of one of those weird tracks because it's quite a long one. You wouldn't expect it to rubber in, but it does.
So here goes Senna. We're actually gonna ride on board with Senna. He's a pad user, as you can see his wheel moving. Nothing to call him out. We're gonna ride on board with Senna through this lap of the Belgian Grand Prix. Around that hairpin, where you see a lot of crashes happen in league and in real life. Up the famous El Rouge corner. Let's see if he keeps it flat out. He lifted just a bit, but he got up there very cleanly. DRS opened there. Down the long, I believe it's Camel Straight, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, I got it right. He's gone purple in that sector. Senna is going to be on for a flyer. Is he going to get a pole position this evening? Carry over his luck from last week into this race.
It's not an ideal line for the hairpin there. You want to keep it top 10 and a bit understeer on the apex there.
Yeah, don't want to touch that outside curb too much. But I think he did pretty well to keep it clean. Let's see if he finishes Sector 2 in the purple. He is really pushing, though, that is for sure. Coming out of Sector 2 now. Goes purple. He is on a flyer.
I'm not getting purples on my screen, so
I wonder if it is personal best.
what possibly is then.
We shall see in just a moment's time as he rounds out the last two chicanes here. Eee, that was close to invalidating, I think.
On last year's game, if you cut the second
140.
corner in that chicane,
Oh, I think he just lost it in Sector 3. Went 144.1.
nice time. Yeah, if you on 2018 game, it's that not the right, the left. If you cut that too much, they gave you a 5 second stop go, which was pretty harsh. I remember from corner cutting.
Now I gotta say, the biggest thing too, with the safety car, that's being fixed. These guys are gonna have a lot more opportunity. I know this is one of the races that if you have an incident or you get crashed into, it's a long lap to catch back up to the pack. But if these guys are lucky enough,
It
they can catch a
is.
safety car. They'll be right there, right in the back, ready to fight again. So I haven't seen a league race at the Belgian Grand Prix yet with the safety car, so it might actually pull into a lot of entertainment.
Uh, I've not had one around this track ever. May have had one in Korea mode, but don't
Might
really
change
remember.
come Sunday. This man,
We'll
however, I'm
see.
going to mention, ladies and gentlemen, this man has two races this weekend. He has one tomorrow, as the French Grand Prix was canceled due to Xbox Live issues, as I mentioned earlier. But he has the French Grand Prix tomorrow, and then he has the Belgian Grand Prix on Sunday. So if you want to see this man drive around in many circles, make sure you tune in.
And try to catch Lewis in the championship.
He's been quick and he's been consistent, so you can't. I mean, you can't take that away from him. And that's the end.
No, I can't.
It's the thing to
He's one
say
hell of
about
a driver.
it's the thing to say about SF1 Tom too. He's right there and fighting for the championship, and he's not even won a race this season or ever in SF1. So it just bodes for his consistency. Hopefully, he starts to pick a little bit more of that consistency up in qualifying, as it seems to be a bit of his downfall. But he does make it up in the race. Looks like Bill is out for a flyer. He's going to finish up this lap. We'll stay with him, see if he can improve on his 44.8. Really interesting
Don't
to see.
think Lucky's going to get round to the finish line.
Bill goes to 44.3, puts him P4. Senna has retired from the session. I think he's
That's in the
pretty comfortable with a
pits.
44.1. Lucky's really going to have to get around this track in 30 seconds to get another lap in. However, let's see where everybody
It'd
else
be
is at.
mighty close.
Speedy is going to cross the line now to start his last flyer of this evening. See if he can improve on a
Lucky's
40.
made his car the last one. Lucky's made himself the last one on track, so he'll be the last one to set a time.
Looney
Looney
Moon,
Moon does.
43.9. Would have never expected Looney Moon up there. Congratulations, that is a solid lap. So let's see if Lucky can get
Lucky
himself.
made it with 2 seconds to go.
I just saw that. Rusia is on a last ditch flyer. So is Soap. A lot of these guys are. So Becker's on one. Becker, really good
Devler's
job.
P5.
Hunika's gone off, so I think that's his qualifying over at a 45.4. So Speedy can look to bounce and make Hunika start P10. Where? Oh, Hunika's getting
Breezy's
out.
2 tenths down on his previous best.
This might boast for Looney Moon. Could he get his first pole for this evening and this season? That's
I
right
think
with
it's
the Rusi. He's just going to
soaping it.
finish up his lap. He makes a lot of time up in Sector 3, I noticed. Gets on the throttle early, crosses line, stays P4. It was that just behind. That was Soap. Soap
Soap
goes
goes. Oh my lord.
43.4. Uh, yeah, that right there is a lap. So he's going to cross. Honoka's going to stay the same. Looks like Speedy's going to be the next one to cross the line. Let's see if he can get himself further up this grid. Crosses the line, goes P8. Bill has retired, so he's just retired from
Becker
the
stays
pits.
P9.
And Ken Lucky. Looney
Just
Moon's gonna pull into the
lucky.
pits. Lucky, let's see if he improves. He's gonna be the last guy to cross that line in qualifying Q3. Can he get himself pole position? Only gets P2.
P2.
43.7. That lap that Soap put in was mega, mega huge. Jeez. Incredible lap time from Soap. So congratulations to the Haas team this evening. P1 and P5 going into the Grand Prix. These drivers will have a 5-minute complimentary break as once we load up to it. I would have got or showed you guys the points, but I forgot to load them in. But if you want to check them out, feel free to jump on to our page. As you can see them at the bottom of the Twitch, and you can head over there and see them. Join the page, follow us, and you'll see everything SF1 related. Here we are. We'll give you a rundown of Q3. Soap puts in the pole position time of a 143.4, followed by Lucky in P2, 43.7. Looney Moon thought he had pole, good enough for P3 this evening. Senna P4. Aruzia is in P5. Devla P6. Bill is in P7. Speedy P8. Becker P9. And Hunica P10. We'll give you a nice little pat on the back there, Harrison. Congratulations on getting both the Mercedes into Q3.
Yeah, Becker's improved on his pace, but just need to try and sort his internet out at the minute because he's still quite laggy at some points.
I haven't noticed it much so far this evening. We're going to load up to the race. 5 minutes, and we should go. What time is it now? It is currently pretty much 30 on the mark, so these guys should be going right around the 35 mark. Little bit of overcast. I didn't expect that. I heard it was a dry race. That is going to play a little factor into the tire temperatures. Could go
Yeah,
really well
well,
for some of these guys that are going to start on the softs. I believe the top, I can't remember. There were a couple of guys. I know Senna was one of them who's going to start on the soft. I think Soap is on the soft as well. I think Lucky is. I know this man has a picture, Harris.
I actually haven't took screenshots.
Ah,
Nah. I think half of the top 10 are on mediums, because I can check from Race Director at the minute. 4 of the top 10 are on mediums.
well, yeah, that's a good
Top
thing.
2 are on softs.
I can do that
Looney
myself.
Moon's, yeah,
Race
Looney Moon's
director.
on the mediums. Senator and Arusa on softs. Devler, Bill, and Speedy on the mediums. And Becker and Hanukkah are on the softs in the top 10.
Nobody has decided to change to the hard compound. Probably best to stay away from the hard compound. Unless you
Yeah,
unfortunately an incident in the beginning of the race.
Has probably won't work as well in the overcast conditions.
Oh yeah. So, usually I show the tables. You know what? I'll read them off like I used to. Let me load them up on my
Mm.
phone. Trusty phone for everybody. Even though my phone is really old and takes a late year. It wants to think about it. Here we go. So, all right, running down the championship order. As I was mentioning before, Lucky is still sitting on top of this Drivers' Championship with 386 points, followed by SF1 Tom with 384 points. Soap and Erosia are right there, 3 and 4 respectively. Senna, big win last week. Can he keep that momentum going this week? He's in P5, followed by Cardinal, who is not going to be able to make it for the remainder of the season. He's in P6, Rashi 7th. We have Phantom in 8th, Wrathful is in 9th, Goomba is in 10th. Becker in 11th. Bill is in 12th. My phone just freaked out. Sorry. Looney Moon is in 13th. Sherbert 14th. Soul 15th. Neon, who is not here this evening, is in 16th. Devla 17th. Karting Legend is in 18th. Speedy in 19th. And Dragoon, who did not make it this evening as well, is rounding out the top 20 of the drivers. Ice Spirit, hello. What is going on, Ice Spirit? Ice Spirit TV. So, yeah, I know it's a bit early, but should we break those predictions out? So the guys on the soft, it is pretty much 22 laps if I remember correctly. Just want to make sure I'm looking at that. Yeah,
It is
22
22
laps.
laps, yeah, because the full 100% distance is a 44 lap race.
How long do you think these guys are going to be able to keep the softs alive? Do you think they're going to dive for the medium compound around lap 10, maybe even earlier, lap 8?
From what I remember from doing the performance race around here last season, the softs usually lasted, say, 15 laps, maybe a bit less than that. But it because this is because they changed the tyre characteristics per track from dropping it from 100% to 50% instead of like half in the tyre wear.
Yeah,
But I
I'm on
think probably they'll last, say, roughly 10 laps, and they can take the mediums from there to the end.
12 laps. Yeah, I noticed the one race I did, this is a couple weeks ago. I'm talking maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I noticed some guys did dive early, and some guys, like myself, tried to leave them late. It actually cost me more than I wanted it to. I ran into a wall on the back of sector two. But yeah, I mean, you can leave them late. You just have to really hang on to the car because the car will be really slippy. And these curbs at this track are actually very unforgiving. I can't remember. I
Yeah,
know
if
the
the
end.
car setup's like a low drag setup, like for example, say like what the Williams were, like a few years ago, um, when the tires wear out, they will your rear end will start moving around, and you will start creating more tire wear from that.
Yeah. The biggest thing too is like you were saying, the drag. We drag if you're running really low, you can actually get caught up. I don't know if it has anything to do with these, but I've seen clips of the classic cars, especially the 2010 cars. Some of the curbs, if you get caught on them, you get stuck and you can't get off them. Carlos and I were actually
That's
talking
the double left-hander.
yeah.
Yeah, well, that was Carlos himself during that classic race.
Yeah, it
He did
was.
that during qualifying, and
That's
he actually did it again during the race as well, but
the
and got disqualified for it.
that's the best. I remember it actually. This is going way back. This is before your time, Harrison. I think it was on the 2017 game. It was kind of an issue as well. Surprisingly, in Brazil, the last left-hander before you start heading up the hill in that grass area, if you went off in there, you'd beach the car. Senna actually got beached, and a lot of people were calling for him to wait for the cars to pass and do a track reset. But being Senna the man, he decided that that was how his race was going to go, and he just let himself get disqualified for it, which was unfortunate because he was running pretty high up there.
Mm.
Looks like we're about ready to go. And Senna's finally, or not Senna, Carlos is finally in the chat. You know I can hear you both, right? Yeah, that's why we're talking about you. So let's
He
hope that
loves
these
really cold.
guys have a clean formation lap this evening. Let's hope that, especially for the guys that are on mediums, being in the overcast situation, it's going to be a little difficult for these guys to warm these tires up. Here we are. Everybody is setting off. Let's make sure everybody's moving. Looks to be the case. All 18 drivers are on the grid, and they're all headed off onto the formation lap. So that is good to see. Please keep away from each other. And if there's a safety car, please keep away from each other. Because we all know by now the penalties under a safety car are absolutely evil, I guess you would say.
Yeah, I'd say,
Harsh,
well, you say evil, I'd say shocking.
shocking, yeah. They're nightmarish. They're very harsh.
Mm. So out of the whole grid, there's 10 on the medium and 8 on the softs.
Let's give that a good look quick. Oh, yeah. Good call. I'm surprised Raph has gone for a softer compound. Maybe he's more confident on the mediums towards the end. These guys are starting to bunch up pretty close towards the back. Hopefully they keep it nice and tidy, ladies and gentlemen. Please. So Looney Moon, let's see if Looney Moon can have a good, solid race, give the Ferrari team a nice big push of points. I think they fell behind Williams last week.
I think Winiman will have a big battle with Senna and Arusa behind him. He's on, well, they two on the softs and Winiman on the mediums, because his tyres will take warmer to warm up than the softs will.
Yeah, he's gonna have to really be delicate for the first, I'd say, probably 4 to 5 laps, as those things will have to take time to wear into the track and warm up. That was a good catch, Harrison. I'm just coming off like one of the most busiest weeks of work I've had in a long time, and I'm kind of fuzzy brained, but that's why Harrison's here to keep me in check.
Yeah, well, I've had a busy week as well with my university placement getting cancelled because of the virus issue.
Yeah.
And trying to get my old job back. See
Here
if that
we
goes
are.
well.
Soap pulls around the last chicane and pulls up to the grid to start the the beginning of the race. Oh, hopefully they give me a good camera angle. That would be great. That's not a bad one.
Go on board Arusa, you get a good view of the start.
I did have one. Now I just see a Russia. It looks like Lucky's giving me a good one, and a lot of these cars are pointed towards the outside of the track. I don't know if you noticed that. Oh, there we go. Waiting for the 5 red lights to
I
go
did
out
notice that.
in the Belgian Grand Prix. 5 are lit, and we are just about ready to go. Are they gonna go? Might be holding them. There we go. We're on the way. Oh, Soap got a really bad start.
Oh, so good.
Whoa!
Whoa!
I just saw that. Whoa, that was big. Lucky gets a really good start. Senna's there to battle, and I think Soap peeled off the car a little bit. A lot of guys got tangled. Virtual safety car is alive and well before these guys even got to the first corner. Oh yeah, so there's some clips coming in, I'm sure, to the stewards already. Let's hope these guys keep themselves. Bill gets a 5-second with a severe collision with Goomba. Hopefully he's clipped that. We'll have a look at that. Step Delta back up for you guys. Not that one, that one. That's the one we want. Oh, don't know what that's about. It looks like Sherbert and Rashi just made a connection. And there's some end plates, and now there's some barging going on. And there's a lot of... Dude, jump on Rashi right now. I'm not sure what happened between him and Sherbert. Oh, what is going on here?
Oh, there's an elf on the wall.
Yeah, it's Wrath. He caught the back of Sherbert. Some really bad Looney Moon's falling the whole way back to 17th. So yeah,
up to P12 from the back of the grid.
It's kicked off already. Lap 1, not even lap 1, half a lap.
The Ruse is on the back of Lucky at the front.
Yeah, we're gonna jump on with these guys. We're gonna look at Aruzia as he's trying to chase down the leader of this race so far on lap 1. Can Aruzia keep within that toe of Lucky? Yeah, Carlos, it's the same thing I'm thinking right now. Interesting, what does Lewis Hamilton say a lot? Interesting tactics. But Aruzia getting really close to Lucky. Ooh, peels a bit more of that curb than I think they're gonna really like. 13. How far is Senna behind? Senna is in P3 respectively. Look at Phantom. Phantom's made up. Looks like, is anybody in tow for the pits? A couple people have. Bill, Soap, Becker, Sherbert is dove for the pits. Rashi's diving for the pits. So a lot of these guys, I think, will probably move on to the hards. Loving being Stewart. Legend gets a 5-second speeding into the pit lane. So where's the Delta the closest? Aruzia is right on the tail right now of Lucky 13. Does he have what it takes this evening to battle Lucky and maybe pick up that victory at the end? It is a long track. A lot of frustrations can sneak in, and you can get yourself compliant and complacent a little too long in this track, and it will come back and bite you. A lot of guys had moved to the medium compound after pitting. I'm kind of surprised by that. I'm thinking most of them might have gone to the hards. Sherbert has retired from the race. Has he done so? Oh, he's crashed. We're gonna have another virtual safety car. So it's already interesting to say the least. Virtual safety car is out. Let's take a look at this. Hopefully nobody else picks up a penalty under virtual safety car issues. Are we back to green? No, we are not just yet. We're waiting for that green flag to drop. As Aruzzi is still sitting behind Lucky, waiting for the yellow flags to turn off so he can go and chase him. It is back to racing, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Lucky kind of caught Aruzzi sleeping just a bit. Hunica, I see. Oh no, Hunica spun the car. And he's fallen down to P10 now. No damage on that car though, so he should be good to carry on. Tom has gotten himself up to P9 already. As Aruzzi has fallen 1.4 seconds behind the leader, Lucky. Lucky is on a charge this evening. But so is Tom. Tom is right behind Solix now. He's within that DRS. No DRS just yet though, as we did have that virtual safety car. Somebody is back.
Yep, just from now.
We're going to ride with Tom as he's going to attack the Toro Rosso. Solix gets a 3-second time penalty for his troubles. There's a McLaren up there as Goomba. Goomba's up into P6. That is a solid race start for Goomba. Let's actually ride with Goomba as he's got a couple of these guys following him. There's a couple packs of cars here. As I see Raph is starting to peel in Karting Legend. Looks like Raph has done the strategy of setting on the hards to go to the end. Karting Legend, however, opted for the mediums. Nobody else put on the medium or the hard compound. So that might help Raph in the long run, depending on what happens ahead. Or it might hurt him if this stays green for the race. Because I know on this track, if you put on the hard compounds, there's pretty much no pace.
Phantom on the back of Goomba.
I'm riding on board with Goomba as we speak. How is Tom doing with Solix? Lucky sets another quick time of 48.3. He's just putting him in lap after lap. He's trying to break that toe between himself and Aruzzi, which is, the gap is now 2.1. Phantom and Goomba are the closest as I can see. I see Tom is right with Solix. We have Looney Moon now with Rashi as well.
Tom goes over the sausage girl.
And Raph is starting to pull in Kart Legend. Jump back on with Phantom as he's chasing. Soap sets the fastest lap on a set of mediums. As Phantom has DRS on Goomba, he's not going to pull up close enough just yet. As Solix is kind of putting himself into this nice little battle. I think those
Legends has spawned at the back of the grid.
I think those virtual safety cars have helped extend the life of these soft compound tire runners. So they'll probably peel in lap 10, I'm thinking. Lap 10 or lap 11. Solix gets another 3-second time penalty. Phantom's right on the back of Goomba. He's going to go for a look. He's going to go for the outside look. Is Goomba going to offer the space? He does. Really wise for Phantom. No, he's going to come back at him. I do see Phantom's McLaren on the outside. They back and forth. Ooh. Tom's going to think about a stick. He's going to make a move on Phantom. So Phantom went for a move on Goomba and it didn't work out. He's fallen back behind Solix and Tom for doing that. Sometimes the troubles just aren't worth it. Oh, Speedy has crashed out. Where's Speedy crashed out? On the outside right there. Safety car. So now we've had 2 virtual safety cars and we have a safety car, ladies and gentlemen. So how many people do you think are going to die for the pits? Do you think the soft compound, Solix, is actually going to do it? Is Hunica going to do it? Hunica's going to die for the pits. And scrape the wall ever so slightly. I happen to wonder if Raph is going to maintain these hard compounds and take them to the end. But how about these
Honestly,
guys?
it's just going to help the guys that crushed at the beginning.
I happen to wonder if these three, the top guys, Senna, Maruzia, and third Lucky, I wonder if they're going to die for the pits and maybe go for the medium compound. Because by this point, the medium compound should relatively take you to the end. Depends on how long the safety car lasts.
The Bell and Rushy have pit again.
Lucky
So we'll just
13
put the
gets a
hards on.
drive-through penalty. That was, yeah, I just saw it pop up on my screen. Ian split Kyle.
Speeding.
Was he
Speeding under the safety car.
So Ruzia is calling. Bilges has retired from the session. Bill's out. Has Bill wrecked? He has. Did he run into the safety car?
I don't see his car out on track. I've got no idea.
I'm gonna stay with Phantom as he's gonna cross the line now. Come across this corner and see if his car stays there. Where is the safety car at right now?
Leaders are in. Leaders are in.
There's the safety car. I think Bilges crashed either on his own accord or I think he might have accidentally hit the safety car. So Lucky goes to the medium compound, pulls right out ahead of Senna. Senna's going to dive for pits now. Is Aruzi going to follow? Yes, he puts on the medium compound. It's up to Senna. He's going to put on the medium compounds as well. No, he's going for the hard compound. Interesting. Has he made another bold tactic move for this week to maybe possibly win this race? It's going to be quite a call. He's going to have a lot more grip towards the end of this race, so he's going to have to really maintain the gap between himself, Ruzia, and Lucky. And oh boy, there's a train of cars headed up El Rouge right in front of Senna. So where are the rest of these guys? They're all filing now behind the safety car. Lucky was able to pit and get out ahead of everybody, so he's following the safety car around. We'll stick with these guys ahead while everybody else catches the train. Don't know what Arusi's doing here. He's getting quite feisty with SF1 Tom on following this. No, maybe he's just pulling the car out so he doesn't run into him. It's exactly the same thing I do. To be honest, with all the safety car penalties that I've seen, what SF1 Tom is doing right now is exactly what I do. I do not follow the car ahead of me directly. I always go to the opposite side of the track. In case these guys brake heavily. So everybody's just about caught the tail impact. Raph has stayed on the hard compound, so he's committed to those. Speedy has left the session. I can understand why. Unfortunate for Speedy this evening. Solex is getting mighty close, or so close to Solex. Looks like most of these guys will have caught back up to the safety car by the time this lap is over, besides the Ferrari and the McLaren. So while we're waiting, the viewers, ladies and gentlemen, how are you guys doing this evening? And how's Harrison? I know Harrison's busy. He had quite a week. He's got quite the weekend ahead of him, too.
Yes, I do.
That is a man that sounds
No,
absolutely stoked that he has 2 races this weekend.
I just take them one as I get a time. Not in my words. I take races as they come. I don't think about Sunday until Saturday's over. That's when performance used to be. I did it and won the actual championship. I enjoyed it. Yeah, the double. Yeah, he's up 9 positions before he started, and Tom up 15 positions. Biggest loser is Looney Moon. Yep. There's a big gap between Solix and Devlin. And look, he's gone for it. Ruza's overtaken Tom. I think the safety car line is at the entrance to where the pits is, because this game doesn't do it by the start-finish line, does it by the safety car? Becker's just got past Honda. I think he's gone into the wall. If you hit the throttle too much on the exit curb, it spins you into the wall.
I accidentally did mute my mic. Good call, Tinner. So I was talking to my Harrison. You were talking to yourself for a bit by accident. My finger must have
Oh, I
hit
heard
the.
you the whole time.
Yeah, you heard me, but nobody on the stream heard me. Oh, Rusi has got a 3 second. Lucky is gonna serve his stop go. So he's pulling
It's
into the
a
pits
drive-through,
now.
not stop go.
Oh, his drive through. He's gonna serve it now. So Goomba, SF1 Goomba, holding off Maruzia in the lead of this Belgian Grand Prix. What that's
Crashy's
yes,
crashed into the pit tree.
I saw. He also got another time penalty right beforehand. So here comes Aruzia. Is Aruzia going to have much to say? Sector 1 yellow. Senna is retired from the race. Senna is out of the race. So Goomba's brother. Goomba leading this race right now with Aruzia right behind him. His brother has retired from the race. No safety car as of yet. Yellow flag, Sector 1. So that looks like it's going to be just just a yellow car. So Goomba is still leading this race. SF1 Tom. I mean, that penalty that came to Lucky has kind of opened the door for SF1 Tom to really keep it up close to him. A little bit of a lag spike between Goomba and Rusi. I'm not sure who that came through. Looked up in my safety car delta and it turned red and I didn't see the safety car shit in the middle of the track. Yeah, Bill, I was wondering if you actually ran into the safety car. If you have a clip of that, I need to see that because it's unfortunate, but I mean, that's crazy. So Goomba doing one heck of a job here, leading this race with a fast approaching Aruzia right behind. Tom is now opening this door to have a fight with these two. We're going to ride with Tom just for a bit. We have the McLaren right behind. Phantom having an excellent race as well. Who is that crashed? That's the other McLaren. Ooh! A little bit of a lag spike from Aruzia. Luckily for Tom. Tom's just going to drive through. Looney Moon gets a 5 seconds for exceeding track limits. So Looney Moon having a great race.
Solix gets a 10.
Solix gets a 10. DRS is available now for these drivers. Russia, we're having a bit of a lag spike again. That's actually right on board with Phantom as he's going to follow the Haas and Ferrari up the hill. Look at these two battle for what is going on between these two. What is Phantom going to do? He's going to peel the inside. Legend gets a 10-second time penalty. Is Legend going to hold it for the inside move on the Haas? No, he backs out of it at the last second. Really smart driving. Battles are coming thick and thin. As Goomba is having one heck of a time trying to hold off Tom and Aruzia. Tom gets around Aruzia. He's going to make for a little bump. Easy there, Tom. Don't want to make contact with the leader. Because you know when you're leading the race, usually you are on camera. No clips, too busy crying of laughter. That's unfortunate. Oh, look at Aruzia make a move on Tom in the inside. What a move. Tom's going to have to think about coming back. Oh, this is going to get quite punchy. 12 laps remain of this race as the two Haas drivers now find themselves respectively in P2 and P5. Carlos is probably doing cartwheels. Whoa, Phantom takes a lot of that grass and gets a time penalty for it. Phantom, his teammate, gets a penalty for cutting the corner somewhere else on the track. Looks like it was Sector 1. Devla looking to attack as well. Oh, these guys are all close. Lucky down in P12. I think he'll have a good time to attack Raph and Hunica there. P11 and P10. Somebody dove. No, it's nobody's dove. Whoa! Looney Moon and Hunica are going to go at it. Hunica's going to get the inside line with DRS. No DRS assistance yet. Going to go into the corner. Actually ride with these guys. These guys haven't gotten much TV time just yet. That's actually Becker up in P7. Looney Moon. Goomba's out of the race. Did he lose it up El Rouge? He did. Oh, that's Becker as well. Becker's lost it. So, I mean, virtual safety car is out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, someone kicks. That is so unfortunate. That is absolutely unfortunate. So Phantom now finds himself P3 in this race. So P4, Tom is following Aruzia, who is leading this race. Tom yet to pit though, as well as Phantom. Soap has pitted once, but he's gonna, I think, possibly have to pit again. Rashi right there gets himself a 3-second time penalty. The penalties are coming thick and thin, and I think they're going to play a big factor at the end of this race. It all depends on who has what at the end, I think, once we cross this line. DRS is available, so which means we are back to racing. Devla right there in P5 doing really well this evening. Hunica P7, Looney Moon P8, Raph in P9, Lucky P10, Becker in P11. After, I'm not sure what happened up at the top of El Rouge. He is missing a lot of that left front end of the wing, so he's going to have to pit, unfortunately. Rashi, is he missing? No, he's pitted for a brand new wing. Legends is not having a good evening. Lucky and Wrath get tangled up, and I think there was a collision between those two. That is going to have to be looked at, I think. Couple clips coming our way this evening. Dinner and Harrison. I have a feeling.
Yeah.
So we're going to jump back where the action's at. Tom following Aruzia. Goomba has left the session. Unfortunate evening for Goomba as well. Crashed out of this race from leading it. The El Rouge is really starting to pick people off, it seems. Soap now on the back of SF1 Tom. Soap with DRS is going to look for a move. He's got a little too far back. I think he's going to peel back behind. Sector 3, another virtual safety car, as Legend has retired from this race. Can't get any crazier than that. 10 laps remain of this race. We've had 4 virtual safety cars and 1 safety car so far. I'm not laughing because it's funny. It's just, you'd think after a full season of racing with each other, these guys would get the hang of it.
Yeah,
Nothing on Legend though. I think that was done in his own accord. Becker following Rashi now under virtual safety car. VSC waiting for that to go back. We are back to racing. DRS back open for these drivers. There are 3 packs of cars. You can see the lead pack. You can see the pack starting with Solex, and you can see the pack starting with, I believe that is Rashi. But can Tom pull that gap down between himself? Soap looking to pull that gap between himself and Tom. We'll ride with these two. Just give me a sec. I will return in just a moment.
top. Just soaking Tom and Phantom on. Inside, outside.
I'm back. Sorry, I had to get myself a nice drink. My throat was feeling a bit dry from all this action, but yeah, I see the 2 halves is now up, P1 and P2. Tom has let Soap go through. Phantom finds himself there. Devla looking to battle in P5. So that's P6. Becker gets a 3-second time penalty. Unica is doing really well. Quiet race, but he's up there in P7. Lucky right there in P8 after having a drive-through penalty. Goes really wide. Looney Moon right there in P9. How's Rashi getting on? Oh no, we've had, there's a bit of contact between these two again. Wrath and Becker back at it, I see. And now Becker, I think, is missing an end plate, so that might have to be looked at. But look at Devlin now on the back of Phantom. He's going to make for an inside move. No, he backs out of it. Probably the best.
Phantom does go a bit deep, but dies for the pits. Tom and Dev, and Phantom in the pits.
Phantom almost ran into the back of SF1 Tom, heading into the pits. Here we go. Lunu's going to get some positions back before his trouble.
Oh, Tom's got a stop-go.
Ah. So does Phantom.
And same with Phantom.
Both on the way out of the pits now. Solex gets another 3-second time penalty. Looking at the gaps, Unica, Lucky, and Solex there. Oh, Oh, Solix goes
Okay.
hard into the gravel and then collects the wall. Gets himself a time penalty for his trouble as well. So Hunica now finds himself in P4 with Lucky right behind. It is quite the car to try to keep behind. I will say that. Lucky's going to be hard. Lucky's actually missing an end plate as well. I think that
It
collision between
is.
himself and Wrath might have cost him an end plate. So Ruzia and Soap pretty much doing the dice as Devil is right there in P3. Can Hunica have a say in this? Can he make those tires last as well? 9-lap old mediums. I think he might have to die for the pits. That's pretty much the delta. Actually, Looney Moon is right on the back of SF1 Soul, so we'll ride with Looney Moon for a bit. Unfortunate for what happened to him at the beginning of the race.
My lord.
The Bentley
Lucky almost went
situation.
into the back of Hanukkah. Lucky almost went into the back of him.
Okay, I see Lucky actually backed off quite a bit now. Looney Moon does have the ERS on Solex. They're going to run up the hill. Let's follow as Looney Moon chases. Aruzi gets himself a 3-second time penalty. That will be interesting. Riding on board with Looney Moon as we enter El Rouge. Actually, let's ride with Lucky as he's going to chase down Hoonigan. He has DRS. Will he make a move? He's going to go for the inside to get the pull. Hoonigan's going to follow through. He's going to back and let Lucky through. I think Hoonigan knows that that's not his fight. Just think he knows that's not his fight. Where's Tom? Tom's down P8. Lap 15 of 22 to go. Some of these guys are actually pretty spaced out. Now it's kind of the chill moment of the race, so we can talk some of the biggest surprises this evening. I'm actually really surprised, not only what unfortunately happened to Bill, but Senna. Senna and Goomba, both of the drivers, both brothers as well, both of them are out of the race.
Yeah, bit shocked to see them both out, to be honest.
Speedy as
I know
well.
Senna was
Speedy's
struggling
quite.
in qualifying.
Speedy's he's a finisher as well. I don't think there's a race that he's retired from, but he's out of the race. Phantom now right on the back of SF1 Tom Ruzia sets the fastest lap of the race so far with a 47.7. That's right. He's really close. Will he think about a move here? I think he's a little too far back. Early. Ooh, I thought he was going to hit the gearbox of,
Phantom and Tom.
yeah, that's who I'm riding with now. Phantom has DRS on Tom. Phantom sets the fastest lap of the race with a 47.1. Outdoes Tom. I think Tom is struggling on this track just a bit. Let's ride with Phantom as we go up El Rouge. The famous still everybody loves. Let's off just a bit. Down into the Camel Straight. DRS is open. Is he going to make a run for it? He's going to go to the inside. Tom's going to offer him the outside. That should be job done. No, Tom's going to have to think about it. Whoa! That was close. I don't know how Tom made that work, but he got his position back. Side by side they
Looney Moon
go.
around the outside of Hanukkah.
Looney Moon gets the job done on Hunica. Gonna jump back with Phantom as he's battling Tom. This is kind of a epic proportional battle between the McLaren and the Ferrari. I think Phantom, I think that caught him off on a bit of a surprise when Tom did that. I think he thought that maybe Tom was just gonna let him go, and Tom's like, "No, not today. I'm coming back for that position."
Something's within DRS of his teammate.
Oh, this could get a bit. I mean, I know Aruzia has a 3-second time penalty. I wonder if Aruzia backed off and he's gonna let Soap go on through.
I don't think so. We'll get to the end of those mediums.
be a
personal
stretch.
opinion.
Needs this
He
close
could
his
have not
DRS.
won.
Lucky gets a 3-second time penalty.
It's his first one.
So that would put him, he'd still be ahead of Looney Moon, because I think Looney
Same
Moon has
position.
a few. Phantom gets a 3-second time penalty. Unfortunate for Phantom. Does have DRS again on SF1 Tom. Is he going to go for the same look? A little further back this time. Decides against it. Stays behind SF1 Tom. The clouds seem to have increased just a bit. Wonder what the temperature of the track is looking like.
Ruzia has actually 6 seconds worth of penalties.
So I wonder if Soap is just pulling that into that gap, saving his fuel or whatever. Just keeping it easy. Knowing that I think Russia probably is going to try to pull his teammate along. Try to build that gap between himself and Devla. Maybe Soap's trying to push
Devler
Russia.
doesn't have any penalties.
I know, that's why maybe Soap's trying to push Russia to get out of that 6-second gap area. But I think it's a losing battle because Devla is on the hards, and those things will take it to the end. However, we're going to jump back down with the battle between Phantom and SF1 Tom.
Looney Moon's already has 6 seconds worth of penalties as well.
I thought he had a couple. So I'm thinking he's not going to stay there. I don't think Hoonigan's tires will make... Yeah, they should make it. Phantom up. El Rouge down the Camel Straight. Whoa, that was close between himself and SF1 Tom. They're going to have DRS. Phantom has DRS. Tom's going to let him on through. Ride with Tom. Is he going to try to battle back? No, he's not this time around. I think Phantom made this move finally stick. He's gotten himself around SF1 Tom. See if he can pull away from Tom. These two battling on the same tire compound as well. Gap between Russia and Devla, 4 seconds. Russia needs to find 2 more seconds to get himself into the safe zone. Lucky there in P4. He would roughly be 7, 8, about 8.4 seconds behind Devla. Right, I'm just riding with these two guys because these guys are having one heck of a battle.
Tom's still on the back of Phantom.
I know, it's the only true battle I've really been watching so far. Tom's really thinking about it. He's trying to get around them. They have just 2 laps remaining of this race, so let's see if Tom can get around Phantom. He's got to do what he can because he has this championship rival right there in P4. That's a big amount of points to go into the final round. He's already down 2 right now.
Rashi pits.
Selects 3-second time penalty. It looks like
I
Tom's
don't
actually
even want to have a look at Solex.
backed out. Rashi pulls into the pits. Raph is on his way through. Where's Rashi now? He just dove into the pits. Raph up to P10.
Solex has 6 penalties, but I don't know what they total to.
Are they all like 3s? I know there's one that's 10.
I would check the race director, but because it's that many, I'm not going to. I'll wait till the end. I think a few of them are 10 and 5-second penalties.
So Rusi has pulled a 5.1 second gap between himself and Devla. If he wants to maintain that P2, P1 with Soap, he's got to get more. There's 5.3. Tom's really trying to hang on to the back of Phantom as well.
I think Devla's made a mistake because Lucky has gained on him as well.
Oh! Solux crashed
Solex.
hard. I just clicked through it. Oh, that's gonna be a safety car. This car
Phantom
is
hit
like
the wall.
right in the middle of the track. I don't see how that would not be a safety car. Hopefully Phantom's aware. Not Phantom, Wrath.
Yeah,
Hopefully
Raff and
Wrath.
Rashi.
Oh,
Rashi's went round.
his car disappeared already. So, oi, that was a big hit. I wonder if he did that on purpose. The gap now between Devla and Ruzia, 6.5 seconds. Devla's got to push if he wants to get up to him. Lap 20 of 22.
Lucky's gaining more on him.
Phantom gets another 3-second time penalty. We've had 18 drivers enter this race, and we're going to have 11 that make it out alive. Boy, I wonder what Sunday's going to be like.
And tomorrow.
Tomorrow shouldn't be as bad. Tomorrow, France is a very wide open track. Now, that being said, I did see people find the wall, especially around that long right-hander that you carry all your momentum through. The inside wall will catch you out. The gap's actually...
I'm not jinxing it, but I don't want a wet race.
But don't say Stig's name out loud. You might just get a wet race. I wonder if this is going to be the moment where Ruzi is going to let his teammate go through. Devla's really pushing now to try to get around. If these two get into racing, Devla might get himself back up into that contention.
Devla's now out of the range of the time penalties from Arosa now.
And he's back in.
He's getting back in.
He's getting back in. I think he's pushing now. Maybe he just turned the car down a little bit to save a little. Can he get through? Got it. Wow. A half a second in like 2 corners. I think this battling between Soap and Arusi is starting to kick in. Oh, now Tom is working against Phantom. 0.6 seconds is the gap. Can Tom make anything happen on his penultimate lap? Here we go. Up the hill. I think he's a little too far back. Yeah, he's lost a lot of momentum up that hill. Phantom has Hunica right ahead. Not too far ahead, so Phantom can maybe think about making a move on Hunica. However, I don't think I've seen Hunica's name flash on that penalty board.
I will check.
Rashi sets the fastest lap of the race with 46.5. Decker gets another 3-second time penalty.
He has a 5-second time penalty, but I'll just check that. I think I was probably served under the... I mean, he went in the pits, so I think he's clean on time penalties.
Interesting, might get pushed really far up. He is about 9.86.
Rashi, a new fastest lap, 46.5.
Yeah, just saw that. Where are these guys now? They are just coming up to the final few corners before they start the final lap of this Grand Prix. What will happen? Devla falls a bit behind.
Oh,
Becker's
Becker!
Oh no. Up El Rouge, it looks like.
Small work for me, Becker. I don't mind that.
It's within 5 laps, so he'll score for 11th.
Yeah, I know he will.
Here we go. So, thinking about making a move on his teammate? Probably not. I know these guys run very well together, and they're definitely talking. How about everybody else? Where's Lucky? Lucky's in 5th. Looney Moon 5th. Actually, Lucky's in 4th. My mistake. Hoonigan, or not Hoonigan. Hunica is in. Oh no, somebody else wrecked. Oh, I see.
Yeah, everyone's still going. I think it's a fake one. It's a fake.
Hunica is in P6. Can he maintain that between himself and Phantom? Tom is actually really backed off. Oh no, it's Tom. Tom's missing an end plate. He must have lost it somewhere. He's actually missing more than just an end plate. He's missing a few winglets as well. He must have lost it going up Eau Rouge and clipped the wall. Here goes Rashi up the hill. The sole remaining car of the Williams this evening. We actually have, so we have 2 Ferraris, we have 2 Hasses,
Buffalo's
and
outside the 6-second range.
2 Alphas that remain. Russia has let Soap go through. Here we are. Soap is going to cross the line and pick up the victory for the Belgian Grand Prix, followed by Russia, who now drops to 7 seconds. He's definitely going to get him. Definitely gets him. P2 splits the Haas team. Lucky's
Oh
going to
my lord,
cross.
79,000.
Yeah. Looney Moon crosses in P5. Hoonigan is going to cross the line with Phantom right behind on his gearbox. Whereas it's going to put Hoonigan for the race. I think it'll probably be P6. Phantom crosses P7. Tom is going to be. Phantom got a 5-second for an unserved as well. So Tom is going to cross the line in P8. That's going to make it a lot harder come next weekend. The championship decider between himself. Oh, he goes up to P7. I think the gap will probably be around 8 or 10 points. So he's really going to have to push and maybe hope for a win. But Phantom crosses P8, Raph P9, and Rashi doing a little jiggy jig before the finish of this race. But if you can do me a favor, I don't know if Aruzi or Soap will jump in. Can you send... Yeah, and then Devil as well. Rashi's just doing some donuts. Here he comes across the line, over the last chicane. And that will do it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, my voice. Shout out to that. Phantom, if you have a clip, send it to me. I'll send it in for you. I'll give you guys a rundown of this order, and then we'll get on to the podium celebrations and then the podium interviews. There you go. Soap picks up the victory of this Belgian Grand Prix in that Haas, and I'm sure Carlos is boasting. And I will drop a little hint because of this race and the points that they have collected, that Haas have officially won the Combined Constructors Championship. We all knew it was coming, but they have officially put their stamp and seal on it this evening. So congratulations to the team in the whole. I will send you guys that. Gonna give the rundown of this order. Soap picks up the victory.
So it's like 25 seconds.
Devla is in P2, and Ruzia round out the podium finishers this evening. Lucky is in P4, Looney Moon P5, Unica P6, SF1 Tom P7, Phantom P8, Raffle P9, Rashi's in P10, and unfortunately we lose out Becker, we lose out Soul, we lose out Legend, Goomba, Senna, Bill, Speedy, Sherbert. There's a lot of guys we lost out, unfortunately. Oy. I'm gonna run through like this. We will jump to the podium celebration. Not the podium celebration, podium interviews. Let's see who we have here. Probably
Devil, I don't think.
I don't think
the houses will join us.
Soap or Ruzia will, celebrate. They're probably too busy drinking too much champagne, seeing that they won the Combined Constructors. However, Devla, very, very quiet drive for yourself this evening to get yourself into a solid P2. Just clipping Ruzia for P2 at the very end by what Harrison said was like 79 thousandths of a second. So big congratulations from myself. Talk us through your race.
Yeah, like you say, it was quite a boring race, to be honest. Yeah, just tried to stay out of trouble, get no time penalties, and it sort of worked out alright for me. So, being full of man flu and everything as well, I didn't think I'd finish, to be honest. But yeah, just tried to stay out of trouble and finish the race. But yeah, not too bad. Quite happy with the podium here. Don't really get on at Spa, so yeah, very happy with that.
No, I mean, what did you think when you saw? I think we had 4 virtual safety cars and 1 actual full safety car. Did that hinder your strategy or did that strategy?
Yeah, the safety car come out at the right time. I think the full safety car to put on the hards. But yeah, I was planning to do medium softs, but yeah, like you say, you always expect a safety car early, to be honest, whatever track we go to. So yeah, it doesn't really bother me. It's the same for everyone, isn't it? You just got to try and adjust to it.
No, solid job, Harrison. I'll move it over. Do you have anything to add?
No, just big congratulations on second place in the demo.
Cheers, thanks.
Congratulations, Deva. One more final congratulations to the Haas team. Ruzi and Sopu are not here, unfortunately. Would have liked to interview for that, but maybe we'll get their competitor or their other drivers in GP1. But that will do it for the Belgian Grand Prix. GP2 won an intense race. Thank you, Harrison, for helping out as always. And if you guys want to see that man drive 2 races in a single weekend, tune in tomorrow. We actually are airing our postponed France race from last Sunday, and then we'll be back on Sunday for GP1's go at the Belgian Grand Prix. But until then, thank you guys for the comments. Thank you so much for all the viewers this evening. I hope you guys have a good week. Stay safe. I know what's going on in this country and everybody else's country. It's really crazy right now. Stay safe. Hope to see you soon. Thank you so much. We are out.